What is up, everybody? Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new video going over everything you need to know before buying the brand new Digimon D-3 25th Color Evolution Digivice. This was just announced at DigimonCon. I cannot wait to talk about this, and in this video I'm going to be listing what this device is, where you can buy it, everything we know about this device so far, including all of the features and included Digimon, and at the very end I'll be talking about my thoughts on the Digivice, on the pre-order bundle, and whether or not this device might be the right Digivice for you or wrong for you. So if that sounds good, we're gonna hop right into it. Wish me luck. Here we go. Alright, so starting off with what this device is. This is a Color Evolution Digivice. We actually got one of these last year, remaking the original Digivices, and what's really cool about these, in my opinion, is that they use the same sprites that we had on the Vital bracelet. I really like the sprite work on these. You guys can see it in this picture right here. It's the same exact sprites from the Vital Hero, and I love the way these look. I'm so happy that they're reusing these. But these are basically a hybrid fusion of how old Vpets used to work and like the new age of Vpets, or like the super complete like toy devices. You're not going to have to clean up your Digimon's poop. You will be able to actually use training, and you will still be able to battle these with other Color Evolution devices. I think Pendulum Color, all of the Color devices you can actually battle this brand new Digivice with, and that is so cool. It's like the perfect fusion of like the best Digivice anyone's ever asked for, and I actually am a huge fan of the O2 adventure arc, so I'm so excited we're actually getting this Digivice. This thing has completely blown me away. It's exceeded every single expectation I could possibly get. And before we really get into the meat and potatoes of this video, I want you guys to leave a comment. Let me know, which device do you think you might want to get? Are you going to get like the Davis Blue? Are you going to get the Ken Dark Digivice? Or are you actually thinking about getting that bundle, Paildramon bundle? Please let me know in the comments below. I'm probably going to make a poll on my channel as well. I'm actually like right on the fence between just getting all three, because like these are some of my favorite characters in the series. But I know I at least am going to be using the black one a lot. That's probably going to be my main Digivice. And I'm thinking about just getting the Paildramon one for like collector purposes. But please let me know which one you guys think you guys want to get and why. And let's get into actually breaking down more about this device. So like I just said, this Digivice is basically a fusion of standard Vpet Digivices and a super complete, or you know, packaged Digivice with like a bunch of different music, Digimon songs, and voice acting. It's so unique. Like I said, we got one of these last year and it's completely blown me away. Like the quality of the work in this thing, it really feels like an actual Digimon adventure. Let's talk about what we are seeing in this Digivice. So there are three versions. There is the Davis Blue, the Ken Black, and the Paildramon bundle, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit. If you guys want to see everything that I'm going to be going over in this video, there's a link in the description. This is from With the Will. They have a bunch of Digimon, you know, articles and stuff like that. I would highly recommend checking them out if you guys want to see this stuff for yourself. But basically, we're just going to be scrolling down a little bit. So let's detail the normal release first. Like I said, there are two of them. You know, every single Digidestin had like a different color. I would really like it if they eventually maybe released like the yellow one or the red one or like the pink one and stuff like that for all of the other O2 Digidestin, but I'm happy with these two because these are two of my favorite characters. They have the Daisuke or Davis and Ken colors are available. One thing I want to note about this Digivice that makes it different from the Color Evolution 25th that we got last year is that I don't think that there's going to be a bunch of the like lights that flicker in this one, as there was in this one right here. In this one, for those of you guys that don't know, there's a bunch of different lights that happen whenever, like, you know, if you're using like Tai or Agumon, it's going to be like orange colors. If you're using Matt and Gabumon, it's going to be blue colors. If you're using Joe, it's white. If you're using Mimi, it's pink. And all the different Digimon when they attack have like different things that happen with the colors that come through this, and it's so cool. And I don't think this has that, but you know, looking at the shell and stuff like that, there's really nowhere where that would be. That would probably be my only ding on this Digivice, and like honestly, like there's nowhere where that would fit because this is made to be a very streamlined. You gotta remember, this came out in like the early 2000s when it was like hip and cool to be like bulky and mechanical at the same time. I don't even know how to explain it, but like it definitely looks like a relic of the past. And I had one of these Digivices, the original one, the toy that we had back in the day, and it was my favorite Digivice of all of my Digivices. So I'm very excited for this. But basically, some of the physical products include color screen, vibration motor, and USB-C charging. This is going to be rechargeable. You don't need to just put batteries in these things over and over again, so that's going to be absolutely amazing. But you can see they didn't mention like the lights or anything. So it's kind of lame that they're not there because they add like a certain level of ambiance to this Digivice, but I completely understand moving forward with the D3 25th Color Evolution. So the shell is a new design, but based on the original toy from 2001. Various images may have bits missing, but due to gifts on the premium Bandai site, that's where most people get their stuff. We're going to be talking about where to get this in just a minute. But yeah, look at all the different Digidest in here. You have Hawkmon, you have Ken, you have TK, Kari, Cody, all the different Digimon. I love the O2 series. I'm just a huge fan. I'm so excited to be talking about this finally. Relive the story of Digimon Adventure 02. Choose your partner Digimon, be a chosen child, set off on an adventure, and you will be able to like swap your Digimon. Let's say you want to use Vmon and Davis for like half an hour, and then you're like, man, I don't really want to use this one. I want to use Paildramon. You can totally do that. You can switch between your Digimon without being like punished at all times. You don't have to like hatch a new one. You basically just select your partner and go. And that's one of the things that I really do like a lot about these color evolution devices. That's different from a Vpet. They're not like time synced. You can actually just like play with whoever you want, whenever you want. It's absolutely amazing. So explore the real digital world along with the anime story. Over 120 Digimon in total, including partner Digimon. Boss Digimon based on the story will appear. The backgrounds change based on the area, which is absolutely amazing. There are so many backgrounds in these things, and you're going to be blown away by the amount of content that's going to become packaged in this device. You're really going to be blown away. BGM and voices make it more immersive. I also heard that they had to get brand new voice acting done for like TK, Wormmon, and a bunch of other characters as well. So you're gonna be really surprised to hear like lines you've never heard before come out of these characters' mouths and stuff like that. It's gonna be really, really cool. I will also say this is gonna be the hugest like question in my comments, I'm sure. This is gonna be it's going to be in English in the device. The device will be in English, but all of the voice acting and stuff like that is going to be in Japanese. All of the music would be, you know, from like the Japanese anime. So if you're used to seeing like Digi Armor Energize, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna be that in Japanese with like the song that goes with that. So that being said, you know, I just wanted to give a little disclaimer in case you're really, really looking forward to that. Everything that you need to use this device is in English. All the menus are in English, and I keep using this device as a reference because this is the most recent thing that we have. But yeah, it's going to be in English. It's going to be super easy to use. And let's get back into this and talk about like the few types of gameplay battles that there are, because Digimon are like battle-based games. There are different mini games that happen to like how do I word this? Like when you go up against like boss Digimon, or you want to battle like other people and stuff like that, there are multiple different mini games that you can do. You can do a button press where you have to like press the button super hard. You can do a shake one where you have to shake it like really fast, and you're gonna be surprised at the amount of like shakes and button press you have to do. I think I saw in the official mainstream the guy had to do the button press one and he totally failed it. And even when I'm playing with this device, you can see on some of the videos I've recorded, if I have to do the button press and it's like cold outside, there's a good chance I'm gonna fail the first one. So it's a lot more presses than you might think. The last one is a little mini game where you have to like press the arrows in the right order, kind of like a quick action game, which, you know, takes a little bit of practice to get used to, but I definitely think it's a fun spin on the whole Vpet battle system. You know, back in the day, you used to just like plug these things in, and whoever had like the higher base stats would win, and like you had the attack triangle with like vaccines, data, and stuff like that. That's not going to be in this one. You're going to be mostly like using these little mini games to play it, which actually makes it like immersive, and it feels like you have some sort of control over each battle outcome, which I really like. I think this is such a cool little thing. I'm so happy that they're keeping all of the stuff that they got right with the 25th Color Evolution, this exact device, in the D3. So it's so amazing. And if you guys have any questions about this stuff, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. I want to do everything I can to help you guys if you're on the fence about buying this device. I've been doing a lot of research about it. I've bought a bunch of other stuff before. So if you guys are curious about like where to get this device, how to get this device, stuff like that, please let me know in the comments, and I'm going to do my very best to help. That being said, it's probably time to talk about where you can actually get this device. Now, you can order this device at a bunch of different places. If you were to order this device on like eBay, they're going to be like marked up like 200%. If you're going to order them from like a random site like Amazon or something, they're marked up so freaking high. But I have good news. If you actually were to get this device on Zenin, which is a sponsor of this channel and this video, is the first channel sponsorship I've ever had, you can get this Digivice for way cheaper than you would get it anywhere else, and you can actually get a discount on top of that if you were to bundle this device. Remember how I was talking about at the beginning? I was thinking about getting like a couple Digivices because a lot of people like to get two, you know, they can battle together. One to save for the collection, one to actually use in everyday life. Zenin actually gives you bundle prices where you save a decent chunk of money and get these Digivices safe, secure, fast, effective. Every single Digimon product I've like ever got, like everything I've ever got is come from Zenin. Like, it's just the best place to get everything. I got my Asmaria Digivice here from them recently. You can still get that up on the site. We got the 25th Color Evolution. You got that Paildramon back there. Got my Vital Bracelet. Like, everything I've ever bought from the Digimon community, I've bought with my own money from ZeninTCG. I would highly recommend them as a place to get stuff secure. They have great customer service. If there's ever anything wrong, which there's never anything wrong with your product, you can always like just message them and they will fix it easy peasy. Even if this wasn't a sponsored video, if you check out every other video I've ever made on the channel, I've only had really positive things to say about them. I'm so grateful that they actually decided to reach out to me to sponsor this video. And if you guys want to get this stuff, we're going to talk about how much these things cost right now. So please think about checking out ZeninTCG, and let's break down the prices and whether or not these devices are actually worth the price and how much the different devices cost, because each Digivice is actually going to cost a different amount. So let's quickly talk about the prices that these Digivices are, because you can see they actually seem pretty expensive. We're going to go over everything that these devices have in just a minute, but I want to go over the prices because I actually think it's a pretty good price point. You know, this device right here I was talking about, if you get this on eBay or like Amazon, it's like $250. It's like ridiculous how expensive these things are, and these things are going to sell out fast. Like, please, 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 if you're at all on the fence and you think you might want this sort of device some other time in your life, you need to order this stuff now. But the Davis version is going to be $87.99. The Ken version is actually $83.99, and I'm actually really surprised that the Ken version is so cheap. I'm surprised they're not just the same price. I know I'm at least going to be using the heck out of this one. I really like the black matte shell, and I do think that like this is going to be like my daily go-to Digivice. I think it's going to be hard to detect scratches or anything like that on the black one, so I think that's really, really cool. And if you actually order through Zenin and you were to get both of them, you were to get both of these Digivices, you can actually save a few bucks on each of them. You're going to get a 5% discount if you bundle them. The Ken Digivice goes from 83 to 79. The Davis Digivice goes from 87 to 83. So it's actually a pretty good deal to bundle your stuff on Zenin, and they have so many other things. They have, like I said, they have this bundle right here for the two Digivices, and you can bundle either of them with like the Paildramon version as well, and actually save like a decent amount of money as well. But if you save 5% off if you bundle, you can also buy all three and save even more money if you want. But they also have like the brand new Godzilla Vpet, which we're going to be talking about in a little bit. If you get that bundle, that's a 10% discount. That's ridiculous. I know I'm going to be getting that. They have cases for a bunch of their other stuff too. If we take a look at these cases right here, this is going to be so sick, and the cases are so cheap right now. I think that's a pretty significant, that's about 20% discount, and this is going to be a shell that you can actually put on your Digivice. It has a little clip and everything, making it look kind of like a D-Arc. I think this is absolutely amazing. Then it has so many cool shells. You can get shells for the Digimon Color or Digimon 20th devices. You can get shell for Pendulum devices. You can get a shell for one of these. I have the shell for one of these coming in the mail because I don't want to mess these things up. They're so nice, and I would just highly recommend checking these things out. I know it seems kind of lame to have to like buy shells for stuff like that, but you're not gonna find like better shells, better product anywhere else in the market. The fact that these are available, and not only available but on sale, like, please think about checking these things out. I would highly recommend it. If you have any questions at all about ordering on Zenin, ordering online, how long things take, stuff like that, please reach out to me in the comments and let me know. I want to guide you through the process. I want to help you guys get these Digivices. And last but not least, about Zenin, when you sign up for Zenin, you can get like a $5 off coupon. You can get a bunch of cool discounts. You can start earning points. I've gotten so many cool things with the points that I've actually earned from Zenin. Like, you can cash those points in for like, you know, % off your next purchase. And what I like to do is, you know, unlock one of those like 10% off coupons and use it on a super big order. So since I know that I'm going to be ordering a couple of these Digivices, the Godzilla Digivices, and maybe a couple cases for these things, that's kind of like what I like to do. I like to cash in all my points and get like a humongous discount on top of it. So again, think about checking out Zenin. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring this video. And now we can finally kind of talk about what actually this device does and if it's going to be worth your time. All right, so getting back to the meat and potatoes of this video, we just reviewed all of the different battle modes. You have the shaking one, you have the button mashing, and then you have like the, you know, dexterity challenge going over the different eras you have to choose. In this game, you're going to be doing those training missions to unlock different search conditions for armor evolutions, very similar to how we actually used to use the search feature on the original like D3 toy from like I think it was 2001 is when that came out. You can unlock these different search features by just shaking your Digivice and getting steps, because this is kind of like a little pedometer. What I like to do is when I go out and about in the real world, I'll slap this thing in my backpack, put it on my belt, it shakes, it takes steps, I unlock the boss battles, I unlock the Digimon I want, and in doing these little challenges with the different training modes and battle modes, you can unlock different Digi-Eggs, because Digi-Eggs are the thing in the D3 series that unlock armor evolution. You know, Vmon can go into a bunch of different evolutions. You have Paildramon, you have Raidramon, you know, Wormmon can do a couple things. Every single one of the Digidestins Digimon can go into a bunch of different evolutions based off the original Digidestin from the Digimon Adventure series. So I think it's actually really cool. It makes this Digivice a little bit, I would say a little bit, it's expanding on like what this Digivice did, because in this Digivice you just click an area, go to it, and shake this thing until a boss appears basically. And in this one, you're basically like going into a little gacha mode where you have to like stockpile points and then kind of like roll the dice to see if you unlock a prize, which I actually really like that, because this one seems really linear and one-dimensional, and that one, like if I unlock an armor evolution for, you know, Hawkmon, I'm gonna go use it, right? So it's like it actually gives me really, really cool different lines to go down to make the Digimon adventure my adventure, which I really, really like that. I'm looking forward to using this very much. These are the different Digi-Eggs we're talking about here. So you can see like there's a bunch of different Digi-Eggs that you can actually get, and you unlock them through doing like the Digimon search feature. Walking steps get you points. Use these points for Digimon search. These steps are based on the Digimon walking and the product, not your steps. And you may think, oh, I don't want to go for a walk, I don't want to do things. There are features in this Digivice, which I assume they're going to have in the D3, where like one shake is worth like 8 steps instead of like you have to shake it 8 times. So like if they require you to take like 500 steps, you literally have to shake it for like 20 seconds and then you get to do the battle. If you guys want to see how this thing works in real time, check out any of my videos that have one of these things in the thumbnail. I do a ton of content with this thing as well. And up until what this D3 is, this has been like the best purchase I've ever made for, regarding Digimon stuff. So I'm super, super excited to see them improve upon the mechanics introduced in this 25th Color Evolution. So you collect all the different, collect the Digimental fragments with Digimental search and complete the Digimentals. Besides the fragments, you can battle and obtain items. Yes, you also get stuff from doing battles, which is pretty cool. Now, one thing to note, a certain item found in Digimental search will allow you to evolve into Paildramon Paladin mode. Certain conditions must be met. There were a bunch of like hidden mons in this one as well. You can get like Arrow Vpet, Wizardmon, a bunch of other stuff like that. So it's really cool that they are actually including like Paladin mode and all the other Paildramon fusions and stuff like that. And you probably have to like unlock most of the game to get it, but I want it. Like I'm a huge fan of Paladin mode. It's one of my favorite mons of all time, so I'm definitely going to be getting that when this Digivice comes out. There are a bunch of other features that come in this device. There is like a picnic mode, there's like different battle modes. The camping mode's one of my favorite. I have like a whole video talking about like the camping mode. I think it's so cool. A bunch of different things for your Digivice to do while it's idle. And I think that gives it like a whole bunch of personality and flavor. I cannot wait for this device. I'm so happy that they're reusing these same sprites from the Vital here as well. I know I already talked about that, but like seeing Vmon with like its amazing Vital Hero sprite, be able to like play soccer is like really cool. I think that's actually really fun. There are also, you can see different like anime cut pictures whenever you interact with other Digidestined. These are going to be happening when you Digivolve as well. They're little like movie mode cinematics, and I think they give a lot more personality to the Digivice as well. It's also going to say you can interact with all the other Digidestined from the Digimon Adventure series when they're aged up in the O2. So it's really cool. I think that it's really cool they're actually still including them as like points of reference in this Digivice, because it's basically a story mode of the O2 arc, which is just absolutely amazing. Certain characters it's going to say you can't interact with are going to be like the Digimon Emperor. Sorry, you can still interact with them, but you can't recruit them as a partner. You get to have a partner in this little Digivice here, similar to the Vital Bracelet, that can sometimes help you out in battle. So it looks like you can't add some of the villains as partners, but you can do a bunch of different stuff. You can also get like the Gummymon or Terriermon with the last little Digi-Egg here. I think it's really cool. So you meet friends in your adventure. During the events in the area you are in, you will encounter the other chosen children and their Digimon. You might come across Digimon other than your partner. It's so cool. Like the whole like search and adventure modes are just like so amazing in this thing. Also, Taichi and his friends, now in junior high, will make an appearance. The Digimon Kaiser or Digimon Emperor, Arukenimon, Mummymon, and Yukiko Oikawa will also appear. Taichi and friends can't join you on this adventure as they are in junior high. The Digimon Kaiser, Arukenimon, Mummymon, and Yukiko Oikawa also do not join you. It makes sense. They're the bad guys. So, but it's cool that you have to like, I think, beat them or like come across them while using this Digivice. I think it's actually really cool. During battle, your partner Digimon and other Digimon that become allies will support you in battle. Many bonds will lead you to victory. Yes, I know the partner that I use in this Digivice right now is Leomon. And so it's really cool that you have like a bunch of different like partners to choose from, and each one of them are going to have different like cinematic movie mode shots whenever they come in and support you in battle, which is absolutely amazing. So, let's see. You can recruit Wallace and Gummymon from Digimon Adventure, O2 Hurricane Touchdown, Transcendent Evolution, the Golden Digimentals, who will join the team. See it with your own eyes. They become your allies if you meet certain conditions. They are not selectable at the beginning of the game. So you probably have to, like, really get far in the game. Like I said, it's probably similar to, like, the Wizardmon or Aerovedramon in the 25th Color Evolution. So let's talk about this. This is going to be a music and voice playback function. You can actually go into this device and you can select like every single one of your Digimon that you have, and you can hear like a bunch of different voice acting from them. You can hear stuff from like Tai and Agumon. You can hear stuff from like Greymon. You can hear just like a bunch of other stuff. There's a whole other like music feature too, where you can just hear a bunch of different songs from the show. Look at this one's going to be included 250 words, which when they word it like that, it doesn't really sound like a lot, but it's a lot. It's so much. You could sit there for like so long and never get through all of it. It includes newly recorded voices of all the original cast members of the Chosen Children and Digimon partners. The newly recorded voice of Hiroki Hirata is not included. Okay, well, it's good to know. There's a bunch of different songs and stuff like that. Let's see. They talk about all the voice actors' songs here. So they have Target, Breakup, Braveheart, Butterfly. Like, there's some pretty good ones. And from what I've noticed also as well, they don't seem to be like copyright claimed, because like I've done a bunch of the songs that are in this device on this YouTube channel, and it doesn't pop up. So that's kind of cool that they're not copyrighted, because those would normally be copyrighted. But yeah, I think it's really cool that they have all that stuff. Like I said, it's kind of like a fusion between like a regular Vpet and a Super Complete. A Super Complete, for those guys that don't know what that is, was a Digivice series that came out a few years ago that was basically just all this extra stuff that you're looking at right here. It was just the voice acting and music and menus and art and little movie modes without like the battles and the training and stuff like that. And so I really like that they took what was the Super Complete and gave us like this perfect Digivice. Let's go into the next thing here. There are like additional items that you can unlock that have a strictly cosmetic value in these Digivices. You can display them while camping in camping mode or in picnic mode. And you actually get specific like extra devices if you order the bundle, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. The bundle comes with Davis's Digivice, Ken's Digivice, the goggles, and the Digimon Emperor glasses. Now, I think you can still unlock these by just playing the game, but they come pre-packed with the bundle, which is actually really cool. And I did want to talk briefly about the bundle, so we're going to talk about that right now. So the bundle that I keep referring to is actually going to be the Paildramon bundle, this blue and green Digivice, and it's actually going to be a little bit different than the standard edition version, which is the Davis and Ken that we've been looking at so far. Mechanically, these things are exactly the same. They have all the same Digimon in them. You don't need to get one of these to have the full complete experience. I think the only thing that you're going to be getting extra, mechanically in this Digivice is those downloadable items that I mentioned. You get like these items right here unlocked from the get-go, and these are just purely cosmetic items. You do not need these to increase the story, and I think you can still unlock them by playing. So don't feel pressured into getting one of these Digivices if you think you need to like keep up and be like as competitive as possible, because it's all just aesthetics. That being said, I wanted to talk a little bit about like what comes with this device. If we go to Zenin right here, you can see this device is actually 124 as opposed to like the 83 and 87. So it's looking like it's a lot more expensive, but it's more expensive because it comes bundled with a bunch of other stuff that you would not normally have. I want to briefly talk about what the 25th Color Evolution came with, for those of you guys that don't know. It came with the main Digivice, which was amazing. It came with like a really cool crest with like a bunch of different, crests that you could swap out for like all the other Digidestins and stuff like that. And it also came with a really cool art book, and this is the size of the art book. These things say they come with an art book and you think they're gonna be really big, but it's really small. But it comes with like a bunch of cool stuff. It's thicker than you might think. It's a well-made art book, and it shows all the different like Digimon that you can see, every possible different like color of their sprites, every different version of like what they look like in their little cinematics, all their different like, I'm going to say footprints when you see them and stuff like that. I think that's so cool. Very, very cool, this little notebook here, or this little, art book. But this one comes prepackaged with all that stuff as well. You can see if we go right here, it comes with the same art book right there, and it's in the same, it's reminiscent of like the D terminal, which is actually really, really cool. I wondered if they would be able to include like a D terminal in this somehow. So it's cool that they decided to make the notebook into that, or the art book into that. The thing that's really cool here is the Digi eggs, and that's what's making this so expensive. The Digi eggs are going to be, let's take a look at the Digi eggs, because we can find a higher quality version of that. These things look so cool. If we were to compare their size is probably going to be comparable to what this Wormmon is right here. It's not that big. You can use it as like a memory marker. I think they're so cool. I'm going to use the Paildramon egg for my memory marker when I play the TCG. The Paildramon one's really, really cool. You can even get like the one at the very like top right is the one for what is that, for Terriermon and stuff like that from one of the movies. I think it's really, really cool. I think these Digimon eggs are great. They seem really high quality. They showed them off on the official DigimonCon stream, so they're like cooler than you might think. And yeah, look at the quality on those things. That's absolutely amazing. So I really want this one. I want the Courage one really, really bad. And so it seems like it's a lot more expensive to get a Digivice like this, but one thing that I cannot stress enough is this whole pre-order, everything about these are going to sell out. If you're at all on the fence about buying one of these Digivices, you gotta pull the trigger and get one of these, because this Digivice was marked up like 200 or 300% on things like Amazon and eBay, even like a month after pre-order. It's ridiculous trying to get one of these, especially these like collector bundle versions. So if you're thinking to yourself like, that's a little bit more than I really wanted to spend, but you were someone that was already going to get one of these, I'm just going to tell you, you should probably think about getting one of these, because, you could use it for years, and if you were to then resell it again, like if you were to resell it, you'd like low-key make way more bank, because there's not going to be as many of these special edition versions as there are the basic versions. So if you wanted my personal opinion, I would pull the trigger and pay a little bit more now to have something that's going to be more valuable later, a better collector's version later, and just overall more special later. Even if like you don't want to do anything with the device, you could low-key just like get this Digivice and like sell the eggs to like other TCG players that want them for like $10 a pop. These things come with like, what is it? There's 10 eggs. Like that's an extra, that's a lot of money. So think about getting the special version if you're at all on the fence. That's just my opinion. If you have any questions about the special version or anything like that, please think about it, let me know. And let's talk about some other stuff that comes in here. Here's a picture of the art book. You can see the sort of stuff that the art book comes with. I really like, and then they made it into like the D terminal here. Very, very cool stuff. It shows all the different sprites and things like that. So the art book's really cool. I like it. I liked the crest that this thing came with. I take it with me when I go do stuff. So I like that they're still giving you things that you can do with Digimon in like the real world. These eggs are really cool. They're a really cool little collector's item, and I'm happy about it. So let's see. There's a picture of all of them together again. That's so cool. I mean, I really like the black one, like I said, but that color scheme just slaps, right? It does slap. If I were to rank them, I'd go like this one, and then this one. But like I originally had the yellow Digivice. If I had the blue one, I'd be more tied to this one. But you know, they all look great. I can't wait for everything. And that's basically all you guys need to know about these devices. Again, everything that we talked about in this video, the With the Will post, all of the posts you need to know to order these things on Zenin, that's all going to be linked in the description of this video. But that being said, do I think you guys should get this? If I didn't get this device, I would have drastically like regretted it, and I can prove that I would have regretted it. So when I ordered this device, there was a delay from Bandai. I ordered it from Zenin, but there was a slight delay in getting it. I got mine a few weeks after everyone else got theirs. So, and that's fine, you know, it's no big deal. And Zenin honestly was like super forthcoming and like apologized for everything to the few people that got delayed. They were and they let everyone know well ahead of time that things were going to be delayed just a little bit, which like those things happen. I love that they were that transparent about it. That being said, seeing everyone else get this device and knowing that like I had to wait a week, like I wasn't even frustrated. What I was just like so thankful that I actually like ordered this thing, because I was like, oh man, this is like way better than I thought it was going to be. And when I finally got the device, I couldn't believe how much like care and work went into making it be like the perfect Digimon experience. So I would highly recommend you guys think about picking up one of these. And like I talked about earlier, if you're at all on the fence about getting the bundled edition, I would just get it. You know, I think it's going to be something that you're going to wish you had it after you did it. I'm thinking about probably getting two. I think I might bundle the black one with the Paildramon. That's what I'm thinking. I want you guys, again, to please let me know which one you would want to get. Are you going to get the blue one, the black one, the Paildramon, all three? Please think about, let me know in the comments. One last thing I wanted to talk about was when these devices actually come out. When can you expect to see these Digivices? Well, if you guys order these Digivices through Zenin, they're going to be coming out anywhere between July and August of this year. That's going to be ridiculous. It kind of goes in line with when we got these devices. I think some people got their devices delayed until October, like I was talking about, but you can realistically respect an August release for these devices, which I think is like ridiculous. Like, we're getting all this new info and we get to have it in just a few months. I cannot wait for this to come out. Please think about checking out Zenin. Please think about picking up one of these devices for yourself. And you guys have any at all questions about these devices, where to get them, what they can do, does it have this feature, does it have that feature, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to answer all your questions. I'm having an absolute like amazing time making Digimon content on this channel. If you guys want to check out some of my other videos, I would really appreciate it. We upload anywhere between 3 to 4 times a week. We have competitive content, we have TCG content, we have a bunch of Vpet content, so think about checking out all that other stuff. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys next time.